Okay, quick update on the computers. I've got two built. Four of them are listed on eBay for $100 and no one's buying, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe look up how much the motherboards are going for and part out the boxes. It's a shame because $100 for a decent 8-core processor and 16 gigs of RAM and an SSD is a steal. This beautiful thing right here is the shelf that was in our kitchen. My wife had me refinish it, so it has this little aged barrel effect stain. I sanded it. I took my 1/8" round over bit on my router, went around it so it has a nice round over. So that's done for now because I gotta wait for stain to cure and dry before I could put the polyacrylic finish on it. There's not another one coming. Update on the solar project for the shed. I got the 2 batteries. They are in parallel, and the inverter that's currently wired in is opposite to the charging, right? Currently sitting at 13.3 volts. It was cloudy the last few days and it wasn't in the shed, so I just should have charged on the days that it wasn't, the time wasn't cloudy. So this is a 900 watt modified sine inverter, and it's good enough to run the lights and an oscillating fan that I have in the shed that I picked up from my neighbor, but it's not good enough to run that, right? And that was the goal, to be able to run the AC off of it. It'll run it on low, but it'll take forever to cool because the ceiling is still not insulated, but that's another problem that I future Leo's gonna figure out. But I had a coupon for $55 off a 2000 watt inverter that is pure sine that will run that bastard right there. And then we'll have air conditioning regardless of whether or not the ceiling is insulated. Hopefully it's mid-August. By the end of August, early September, I'll have the money and the insulation set aside for the roof of the ceiling, the ceiling of the shed, so I can insulate and be in here with air conditioning and clean up, and you guys know the drill. The solar charge controller is a PWM charge controller, pulse wave modulation. It's a 30 amp. It can handle up to 100 volts, 100 watts, right? I think the max is 40 volts DC, and I think it's 20 amps DC charging current. So my solar panels are ran in series and parallel, so now I have 40 volts at 10 amps coming into that sucker. I have to charge these little bastards down here. But the Victronic 100 volt 20, I think it's 20 amp, does 12 volt batteries, because the inverter I'm buying is 12 volt because I don't have the funds for 48 volt inverters. Those are like in the thousands. I don't have the money for that yet. That's going in the savings plan for that, so that I can back up the house with the shed. But for right now, I'm going to buy 4 additional 100 watt solar panels so I can have 2 4-panel strings that are ran in series and parallel. So I'll have 80 volts of solar. Actually, no, I'll buy 6 panels so I can have 100 volts of solar at 5 amps times 2. So it'll be series and parallel at 100 volts at 10 amps going into the Victron inverter that I'm going to buy. That's going to replace this sucker right here. But all of this is going to get moved from this corner up here next to the AC. And this spot here where I have the battery holders and the tool holders, I've not put the tools there because one of them snapped. I'm going to put in a piece of wood over here to cover this insulation. And up here is where the batteries are going to go on their edge on the side. So I'm going to have 4 batteries up here for 400 amps of storage. And the AC plugged in straight to the inverter. That's a big boy. That's a 747 or an Airbus 320 because it's loud. The 737s aren't that loud. So that'll get covered with plywood. I have some shelf brackets so I could put a piece of plywood up here. I'll remove these things out of here, this decorative pieces out. And then I gotta clear out the wood rack so I can get up and insulate the ceiling of the shed because it's hot, man. It's Florida. And that's it. So while this is done curing tonight, tomorrow I'll do the finish, the ultra matte polyacrylic, or the clear matte polyacrylic. It's not coming. 3 airplanes back to back. I gotta hurry this crap up. Oh crap. Anyway, thank you for watching Leo Builds It. Please like, comment, and or subscribe.